Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Sudoku with Tsvetii. We got another puzzle coming in hot for you today. We have several, most of our ones already solved for, as we will see that one will be there, which naturally means that one is there, and we have already solved all of our ones. We are doing well today, and kind of going off what we were talking about earlier about being adaptive change and change agility, as it were, as in the more corporatized uh, meaning of the phrase. And I think that, as I'm going through these different changes of of life, as moving with different positions in my career and other things like that, it's been kind of difficult and almost eye opening to an extent, which for various reasons, which I can reveal at a later time. We know five has to be there, so five is there. But yes, it's just very. I think the best word I can use is the best word I could use in this situation is not unappealing, but anticlimactic. I believe will probably be the better word to use in this tone. It just feels very like, what is it all for? And I'm not trying to say that to be ho hum or negative or super uh, anti anything. But to me, it's just been a very interesting week so far. And I think it's come along with attempting to prioritize myself that uh, it's just kind of been coming to a head. I remember I was watching this video on YouTube, and in the midst of some of my brain rot, I do discover a couple nice things every now and then. And one of them was it was a weird video. This guy was laying on a skateboard, like going up the street, laying on a skateboard. I couldn't tell if it was going uphill or downhill, but he was laying on a skateboard. So I imagine someone was just pushing him by the legs. But then he had a he was wearing a hoodie, and on top of his chest was a Subway sub in a wrapper, of course. And he was talking about, I think the very first phrase kind of stuck with me the most, which was people treat you how they see you. And then how you treat others, uh, what you allow other people to get away with is how you treat others. Um, and I'm not necessarily bringing that up in a negative sense. I am just trying to. Okay, we know two can't be there, so two has to be here, here, or here. But I suppose that, as this video does not really have any music, and the only reason why it doesn't have music is because YouTube like took like a minute to load on my computer, and I had everything ready and set, and I was just ready to rock and roll and just ready to knock it out. Um, Not necessarily in a negative sense, but we have one, two, three, four, missing five, six, missing seven. So that is just five and seven. What it could be, five and nine, five, seven, and nine. Nine has to be in the middle here. This is just two, four. Okay. But I'm definitely gonna have the music on the next one. That I've been very eager to take on, new roles and new positions, and very eager to take on more responsibility because I can handle a lot. I think part of maturing in life is realizing that a lot of people don't want more responsibility and don't want more, which is ironic because I'm not even going to get into that point because it's going to get semi political. I'm not trying to do that on a Sudoku video unless I'm making fun of the number five. But um, a lot of people don't want responsibility at all, and to me, at least at the current moment, it feels that when you do want responsibility, they give you everything with the responsibility that you could want, but none of the accolades or awards or anything like that. Um, the 3 8, eight. Dang it. But yeah, I'm just kind of in a quasi state, and just unfortunately I'm unable to get it out of my head right now. So it's not your average hyper pop Tsvetii. It's more of a just, I wouldn't say diluted, but I would say very serious and just very um I won't say negative. I won't say negative. I would just say a very aware and critical thinking Sveti instead of your normal bouncing off the walls. Five can't be there, silly goose. Not only is there five there, but there's a five literally in the circle. Okay, which helps us limit it down. At least we know nine. We know nine is here. We know four has to be here or here. 2 7, 2 5, 6 7, 2 5 6. Just filling it in. 3 4 7 9. Oh, that's just 7 9. What else were we missing? Because there's another number missing. 8. Well, we know 8 is here in the middle. Ironically, 3 4 8 are right here. So I think it just my early prediction, not even solving for it, is this will be 7 4. We make 9 there. That was 7, and that was 4. No, one of them has to be 9, silly. Because that wouldn't make sense with it. 9 can't be there. Naturally, silly goose. um, let's just take a deep breath, take a step back. And now we are going to try to go through these numbers real quick and see if we can solve for anything. Let's see. Okay, we know 4 and 8. The only other number we're missing down here is 5. Would technically be any of them. So that's not very helpful. This can be a 9. That cannot be a 9. That has to be 5. That has to be a 5 as well. And then, yes, we are left with 48948. Not bad, not bad. But yeah, that was nice. Just like taking our time a little bit and just being able to solve a little bit more of the puzzle by taking a step back and trying to learn from something. If 5 can be there, there. We know that 6 is one of these two. We know 6 is one of those two up top. 7. We have sevens on the little corners over there. You know, 7 has to be here, here, or here with the 5. Not really much else from that. We know 8 is not in the middle there, but 8 could be in that middle row up here, or in the middle down here. We know 9 has to be down here at the bottom. And then same for the bottom right as well. We have all of our 1s. There's something that we are missing. What I have is already correct. I know that. I'm not going to even pretend that it's not. Let's see. 4 has to be one of those. 5. 6. Mm. What's the other number? We're missing 5 in this center. We're missing 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Da, 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 da. I mean, odds are, yeah, it's a 2 to 3 odds. It's a 66% chance that 2 is actually up here. But we will hold off for that for now, since we are merely focusing on statistical probability and not logical thinking. But, probability does play a part in logical thinking. But let's see. 5s. Still nothing on 5s. 6. Still not much going for the 6. Hmm. I'm just looking at a blank sheet. Yeah, I knew I was right already. Okay. Okay. So we know 9 is here. 9 is here somewhere as well. And then 9 is down here. Those are really one of these two. Those are really the only things we know for certain with 9. We know 9 can only be one of two places in this row and one of two places in this row. So we know both these 9s will be here or here. 8s are just at the bottom, and that bottom right one on the corners, and then could be any of the middle row in the top right. 7s are on the corners in the very middle, here or here, up there. We know 6 is in the top right, one of those two in the top right. It's one of these two in the right middle. 5s are about the same. Okay, fours are in the middle column in that top middle. Still not much going, unfortunately, but we know three could be middle, or the middle, bottom. Well, middle, but in the bottom middle. And then it is one of those two on the edge over there. We know that can be a two, so I guess I'll just go ahead and mark it. But it cannot be nine. So it's two and three are the only things that could be, which is nice to know. This could be 2 6. All right, let's start going a little piece by piece. You can be in this row, two can be here, 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 can be there, there, be here, here, here. Two can be here and be here as well. Technically, since we don't have any information for it, and then there. And then we have all of our twos, and then going vertical, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Threes are here, here. Threes are here, here. Or no, here, here, sorry. And then here, here, here. Fours have to be here, here. And then here, 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 here. Going over to fives, here, 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 and here, here. Here, here, and here. And then here, and here. Six here, 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 here. 7 is going to be here or here, and then here or here. Then here, here, here for 7. Hmm. 7 can technically be there, but it's not really too ever apparent. We know 8 has to be one of those at the bottom, has to be here in the middle, and then it's one of these two. Over here, 9s are here, one of these two, and one of these two down here. So if I were to just, and bear with me, if I were to say 5 can't be there, and so these are our 2 and 3. This would have to be I mean, it could still technically be a 3. It would have to be, it could not be 6, which would make that a 6, which would make this an 8, and make that a 6. Which would make that a 2, that a 7, that a 7, or that a 5 rather, which would make this a 9. A 5 would be there. We have 2, 3, 6, 2, 9. Make that 7, that 2, which would make that a 6, Then this would have to be 9 because there would be an 8 there. Then okay, so that'll be an 8. Makes this is 3 and 4. This 2. That would be 5. 2. That 3. That 4. And this would have to be 4. That could still be 9. I know. If we're going by this logic, these two are already taken up. And 4 is right there. Which means that would have to be 9. That would have to be 7. That'd be 5. It can't be 5. Have to be 7. 9. Hey, I solved it. Unless I'm missing something. How about that? That was an architect work right there. That was a dissection with no music. That was cold and clerical. If you've enjoyed this video, consider liking and or subscribing, and I'll catch you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye.